skeptic wave and say that's not me.
Like if you see Kim and Kanye now, that stuff wasn't the that wasn't like the norm in the 90s. You know, usually like some families used to just kind of abandon when they found out like their white daughter was dating a black guy. You know, they used to get crucified. There's even an opening montage in the scene of a black guy losing his life, young black kid losing his life for dating a white woman. So at that time, you know, things were very, very...
Even up to the other day, I was watching Sky Sports, and Paul Ince is the first black man to captain England. He even spoke about how when he was growing up, like he's married to a white woman.
Yeah, he's got
son's mixed race, Thomas, and it just wasn't accepted back then. And that was in '93, and this film, as we said, come out in '91. And but the performance of Samuel Jackson. You know what's mad? I thought it was about feet because his name is Gator.
That's the guy. To the Gators, to the Gators.
I just see him going.
Yeah, it's something and that.
Money.
But it's
money. So he
stole the show. He stole the whole thing because I feel like every actor in there brought like a great level performance.
Because I would say the storyline itself is quite basic, but in a sense with the Boys in the Hood, if you take Ice Cube out of that film,
it's like a standard standard like crime hood film.
Jackson, it's just a scene where like where we see him in the crack house.
That one is very deep, you know that. Like when it comes in, and Halle Berry, I forgot. Oh my gosh, Halle Berry was the girl who was I think Gator's girlfriend.
Catwoman.
Yeah, Storm from X-Men. All of that, you know, but it just shows like these at that time a lot of these that was their early starts. You know, like Wesley did like King of New York before, but this is before Blade. You know, this is before like
to do New Jack City.
New Jack City, you know what I mean?
Ice-T.
And then even like Halle Berry, she didn't at this time. She only did Jungle Fever and I think Strictly Business. So a lot of the actors you see in like Jungle Fever, they were on the rise, but stunning performance from, you know, Monsieur Samuel Jackson. You know, it's a shame. He couldn't live to meet the credits in the end of the film. No spoilers.
Yeah,
you know,
he was a real crack addict. You know what I mean? Often pestering his brother for that money, and his brother just feels obliged because he's the younger brother.
It's that blood.
Look after his older brother. You know what I mean? He's got a good job. And you know,
but you see through the film like how that kind of messes up just because of the affiliation with the woman. You know, but
it feels like he was acting like something was missing out of his household. You
know? Some white sheet.
Yeah, should be careful. Like all the man to be careful because you don't want to be chucked out, and you don't want to be on this Adele thing, which is, you know, chasing pavements.
So I'm saying, just keep it at home. Keep it at home. So like on to the next big film that really defined like not just Samuel Jackson's career but the 90s was Pulp Fiction, directed by Quentin Tarantino, which came out in 1994. You know,
how was you?
At that time, man, nursery time, you know. So maybe it was a bit, not maybe, I was definitely too young to watch it at that time.
Sorry, going off Samuel Jackson, went to Tarantino, 94. Now, you have to bear in mind, 1993, he brought out one of my favourite films, True Romance. Christian Slater.
Bro.
93.
Bro,
and the year after, you say Pulp Fiction, and the year after that, Reservoir Dogs.
It's a legendary collection. Forgive me, members of the Rich team. I've not seen True Romance. Like I know, honestly, if you have to, I will have to pattern. You know what I mean. But I've seen like Reservoir Dogs and you know, of course, like
Reservoir Dogs, Steve Buscemi.
Honestly, and that. But like on terms of like Samuel Jackson, like this is now his first lead role, isn't it? Alongside John. You would say that, isn't it?
I would say, but one thing I'll say is that it's a joke. When you see it, Samuel Jackson, he got nominated. I'm sure this is the only film he's been nominated for Oscar, and it was as a supporting role. But then John Travolta, he got nominated, but he got nominated for lead actor.
Oh, for real? So they put so he was like
you could work out why.
Yeah, what the magical side, black sidekick.
Yeah,
this
is very much a black comedy. Tarantino's masterpiece, I say. There's a lot of humor in it.
Do you love the way? Speaking of the film, do you love the way how it cuts? To the 6 like different stories, but they're like intertwined. Do you love the film? Because I'd never seen that before in any big.
Yeah, there's another film there's another film with James Franco and James Franco, Liam Neeson. It's called The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, and that's a similar sort of thing. Like it's that anthropology sort of thing.
Oh right.
What kind of put together?
Yeah,
and this is a similar sort of thing, man. Man, like you got what's his name from Baby Boy, Ving Rhames.
He's a legend, man.
I always see him getting mashed up in every film.
I want to keep it PG. But with Samuel Jackson, like that's the first scene, isn't it? When him and John Travolta they come into the guy's apartment and
Samuel Jackson, I think
Jericho,
Jericho.
No nonsense attitude.
I was watching an interview with like MC Harvey from Soul Solid Crew, 21 Seconds, all that, and he said back in like the mid-90s, he was wearing the Jericho. And later on in the interview, he spoke about Pulp Fiction. So let's see how let's hope the character don't inspire him to do that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, let's hope not.
Wait up, he's done with
but
that.
Like I believe Samuel Jackson in that scene, it really showed it showed a lot of like his kind of isms. As I said, like when you see him Do the Right Thing, he's a guy who really expresses like a lot of like loudness and rage. Like Samuel Jackson is in the room, and in that scene in Pulp Fiction, you recognize like this guy's in the room, he's in command, he's in charge. Like when he comes in and he just takes that bite of that burger and he's like, that is a tasty burger.
That is a tasty burger.
And he's got them not scared, like, shitless. You know what I mean? Isn't it? Yeah. Like, them guys just like,
no, it's just presence.
Presence.
And, it's hard not to give so much away because you just need to watch it.
I know.
You need to watch
even though it's almost like 25 years ago, we wouldn't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it. But definitely one of...
Harvey Keitel as well. He plays
the cleaner. He's the cleaner, isn't it? When
when you still see his adverts, it's like he's still earning money off Pulp Fiction 25 years later.
That's how great. Man. That's how great that film is.
That's how powerful. Mia Wallace, Wiz Khalifa has a mixtape called... No, he has a song called Mia Wallace on a
even Christopher Walken even appears in it. He's about the watch. The watch. You know what I mean? He talks about the watch.
That's quite a good impression.
I got this watch many times ago, and my father gave it to me. That's my best Chris Walken. But therefore summarize.
Samuel Jackson. The role was originally for Lawrence Fishburne, but he turned it down. So I think he's Higher Learning. I think this is the year after
Deep Cover. That's a legend. I love Deep Cover. But I watched it. Deep Cover is a great film. Jeff Goldblum. Yeah. That's a great film. But
when Samuel Jackson comes into the
in that faint scene and that.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing. Boy, I'm just seeing him in that suit. It's just it's the presence, man.
It's a boss scene. Even Nelly, it's like I don't want to spoil too much if no one hasn't seen it. I would only say if you haven't seen Pulp Fiction, do what you can to watch it. It may even be on Netflix.
It could be.
It could be. Honestly, definitely watch it because it's one of the most creative films of the 90s. It's very